So what is the deal with states like the one we live in, Alabama, banning abortions? We've had Roe versus Wade since 1973. That's 46 years. We've killed over 40 million babies during that time. Now all of a sudden all these states are trying to overturn it. Lana's got a theory about why they're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they doing that?
Well, this is just my thought, and everybody can comment below. As normal, comment below. I started thinking about it, and the fact is, okay, the Democrats and the liberals, they wanted women to have abortion, and the feminists, they wanted you to have abortion. You be able to be in control of your body, you can have an abortion. Well, if you think about it, there's 2 tons of girls getting pregnant, teenagers getting pregnant, and they were aborting babies. Well, recently I heard on the news, they said that actually the population has dwindled down. And so now they want to ban abortions, which would make the population go back up. So, you know, my thing is, you know, you need to make up your mind.
So basically, probably what's going on is that in the 50s and 60s, they had all this free love. And so then they started getting all they wanted to do is have sex for fun. They didn't want to have babies, but they ended up getting the babies. So then they pass it where you can just kill all the babies, and then you can still have fun. But then now, you got people who just use birth control stuff, and they just do it for fun, and they don't want to have babies anymore. And then you got all the gays and all the crazy people out there who they can't have babies because they're not doing things naturally as God intended. So when you don't have as many people doing things naturally as God intended, and the ones who do things naturally, they're not wanting babies, they're just doing it for fun, so then they're stopping the babies. And then that's why they've got to now stop killing the babies so that they don't destroy themselves as they seek pleasure, basically.
Yeah.
And then oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say another possible reason, I think, is that one of the reasons they do abortions is so that they can kill kids as part of satanic rituals. Back in the Old Testament, under Baal and Molech, you would see them take the babies and put them in the hands of Molech and burn them with fire to sacrifice them to those gods. And Baal is really the closest god in the Bible you've got to Satan in a form. He's the sun god, worshiping the sun. And what you have today is there are some places where they have abortions where they take the babies and they're sacrificed to Satan in satanic rituals. And of course, the bigger the baby is, the better it is. That's why I think New York passed the abortion all the way up to 9 months or whatever it was. In other words, you just go ahead and have the baby, then you kill it outside the womb. That works great for satanic people. But I think one of the reasons they may be doing this, trying to ban abortions, is because it's probably getting harder and harder for the satanic ritual people to kill those babies, because if it's legal, if abortion is legal, and you've got all these procedures now where you've got to, I don't know what all the rules are, but you've got to do things a certain way, and they make sure it's followed a certain way. Well, then they're going to make sure that you can't take the baby that you just killed and then use it in some kind of perverse satanic ritual. But if you make abortion illegal again, well, then everything is not by the book. There are no procedures that have to be followed, and so that when someone does have an abortion, then it's very easy then to use the baby in satanic rituals. They do it illegal. They've been having illegal abortions for a long time. So that's another theory, because I know, like, for example, up in Eureka, California, they were the pot capital of the United States. And when California wanted to pass a law allowing pot to be grown, they didn't want to do it up there, because you got all these illegal pot growers, and they make a lot of money off of that. So if you legalize it, well, then it goes to big corporations, and now they're not going to make their money, so they didn't want it legal. And so I could see the same thing with those who do abortions. I think a lot of abortion doctors are Satanists, and then they use the babies in their satanic rituals. But if you've got all these regulations in the medical profession that make sure they do things a certain way, it's harder for them to get away with that. So make it to where it's illegal again, and now you can get back to your satanic rituals of killing babies. So that's another thought I had of why they're doing that.
Yeah, it just seemed awfully, curious. Like, why all of a sudden a big push, for, they say, oh, it's Christians that are wanting this, but the people that are politicians, they ain't Christians. They just play at it and say at it. But so there we go.
There you go. Now you know it. Now you know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say.